the rental because I'm a sauce.
Well, reason when you spoke to me.
Okay, well, okay. So these chairs, I do rent them. Well, I was thinking about renting them instead of like you were saying selling them.
To think about here or to other venues?
No, to other venues. Like,
do you have a truck?
No, I was gonna have them pick it up.
No, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And then they forget to bring back your chairs, and then like you got another event. It's just not worth it.
And you can't control the back and forth to transport. They get damaged doing transport.
No way. Sell them, buy inventory for the venue.
Yeah.
Go to the rental starter pack, invest in those things.
I would just say this, like, to that point, if you start at the rental starter package and reverse engineer, like, I want this, this, and this. Just look at those chairs as the things you want in the rental starter package. Sell the chairs, get that, run your money up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Run your money up first.
Okay.
That's how I would do it.
Okay, that's good. Thank you. And so y'all think I should keep the clear ones or the gold ones? Which ones?
Dude,
Okay.
what is going on? What's going on? Living in a parallel universe. It's been a long day.
It's been a long day.
Okay.
Okay, keep the clear ones. Okay.
How many of those gold chairs do you got?
100.
You got 100. So you can sell them at least, and they look in great condition. Drop them in community. Okay. Be like, yo, I got 100 gold chairs. I'm selling them for like $20 a pop. They're wood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get $15 to $20 a pair.
Yeah. I have
way more than that.
20.
Oh, I thought it was okay.
It's Atlanta, New York.
Yeah.
Per chair, 20 per chair.
20 per chair.
Because they're in good condition.
Yeah, I just got them. What is it? Like maybe 3 months ago?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They brand new, Be like 25 and then somebody take them for 20.
Yeah. Okay. You can get rid of
That's 2 bands. That's 2 thrones. That's 2 backdrops. Yeah, that's pedestal set.
That's a setup.
That's a setup for us.
Yeah. That's a backdrop, a throne, pedestal. No,
Backdrop gonna be a band.
A sofa.
Which sofa?
Should I get a big one?
So what you gonna
like a medium size?
That's gonna be like 800.
Nah, 6.
Okay, and then that's 6. If she has 2 bands, then that's 1,600 right there. Like like 21, 2,200. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a whole setup though. Like sitting in there.
Yo, what up? Can y'all hear me? If you can hear me, drop a 1 in the chat for me real quick. If you can hear me, drop a 1 in the chat. I just want to make sure everything is good, technology is good, and whatnot.
That's a whole setup though.
What y'all think about that venue tour? I see 1 person dropped a 1. Where y'all at? What is this? Y'all good? There we go. Can y'all, if y'all can hear me, drop a 1 in the chat. I'm super excited for tonight's class, man. We got so much things to talk about. Hold on, where is this? There we go. Perfect. We got so many things to talk about today. For those who don't know, well, first and foremost, where's everybody tapping in from? Drop your location in the chat for me. I want to know where everybody's tapping in from. Drop your location. I want to see where you tapped in from. I've been waiting for this class all weekend. Super excited to come ahead and break this down for y'all. I'm seeing California. I'm seeing Milwaukee. I'm seeing Chicago. I'm seeing Indianapolis. Okay. I'm seeing Oakland, California. I'm seeing ATL. Okay. Bet. I'm seeing Jamaica. That's what's up. Okay. We got a lot of, let me see who else we got. We got Indianapolis. We got Louisiana. We got Vegas. Can I get some cameras on? Damn, am I gonna be the only one with a camera on? I'm seeing Louisiana. I'm seeing Vegas. YouTube, what up? What we doing, YouTube? Where the locations at in YouTube? I'm seeing Vegas. I'm seeing Louisiana. I'm seeing Baltimore. I'm seeing North Carolina. I'm seeing San Antonio, Texas. I'm seeing Carla from San Antonio, Texas. Sandra from North Carolina. Iviana from Vegas. We worldwide on this one tonight. I love it. Y'all, my name is Brian Waldron. I'm from New York City, Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? You already know the vibes. It is 7 o'clock EST because I know a lot of people might think that this isn't live, but I only do these live. They're never recorded yet, right? I haven't figured that part out yet. But it is 7 o'clock EST on the East Coast. And if y'all ready for a really, really fire class, just y'all ready in the chat, y'all. I'm seeing Harlem. I'm seeing Louisiana. I'm seeing Brooklyn. Okay. Say that then. Say that. If y'all ready for a really, really dope class, just y'all ready in the chat. Like I mentioned, my name is Brian. Today's class, we're going to be talking about how to obtain funding for your venue and then turn it into a $10,000 a month venue. All right. We here for the right class. Just want to make sure we're here for the right class. Okay. Um, Fortunately, my company has been able to help over 600 clients do this. We've generated over $15 million in personal and business funding, over $4 million in cash collected. So I'm super excited to be sharing a lot of the gems with y'all. Y'all ready? Just drop ready in the chat if y'all ready, y'all. Just drop ready in the chat if y'all ready. Now, for everybody who's here right now, I got an important question for y'all. Can I ask a question to everybody? I got an important question for y'all. How many people here have been feeling stuck? How many people here have been feeling like you've hit a glass ceiling that you just can't quite break through? Okay, I'm seeing Barbara said me. I'm saying Iviana said she raised a hand. She got it up there, right? Okay. How many people feel like, you know what? I'm putting in the work, I'm putting in the action steps, but I'm just not quite where I want to be. Just put me in the chat. Put me in the chat for me real quick. I just want to know where everybody's at. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say that I feel you, I see you, I hear you. Every single person that you've seen on that YouTube channel, especially the people who I've just shown you on that YouTube video, we've all felt the same exact way. Is it okay if I share a little bit about my story just so y'all know that I know exactly how you feeling? Just drop yes in the chat if that's okay with y'all. Just drop yes in the chat if I could just share a little bit about my story, right? So my name is Brian, right? I'm born in Brooklyn, from Brooklyn, lived in Brooklyn all my life. I live in Atlanta now. And I was born to immigrant parents, right? So my parents were born in a small country named Guyana in South America. It's a third world country, right? And my mom moved to this country. Can anybody guess? I always like to do this. Can anybody guess how much money my mom came to this country with? People always get it wrong. So I just want to see if y'all can guess it, right? How many people can guess how much? Damn, y'all hit it on the money. You've been here before. You've been here before. $100. $100. You hit it right on the money. So my mom actually came to this country with $100 in her pocket. That's my mom right here. For anybody can see, right? My mom actually came to this country with $100 in her pocket, and she had to raise me single-handedly. She was a single mom, had an apartment and had a job. Anybody want to take a guess how much money she was making at her first job? Just take a wild guess. And I'll let you know right now it's in the single digits, right? How many people want to guess how much money she was making, right? 750, that's close. That's very, very close. $7, that's close. Okay, y'all are close. Y'all are right there. $4 an hour. Okay, not that low. Not other direction, other direction, other direction. Okay. Five. Okay, let me see who gets it. Five. Okay, you gain. We move in the other direction, move in the other direction. Eight. Okay, we close, we close. We close. We almost there. Nine. There we go. She was making $9 an hour. Everybody on IG, they in the room, right? So $9 an hour. So imagine having to take care of a kid, an apartment on a $9 an hour salary, right? So which is why I have the utmost respect for my mom and everything that she's done, which is why everything that I do it for her. Does everybody here have a why? Does everybody here have a why? Just drop yes in the chat if you have a why. Like you got a why for doing this. You have a reason for wanting to even do this, for wanting to even better your situation, right? Because we can go through all the steps and everything, which we absolutely will, right? But I just want to make sure that everybody here has a why. Everybody here has a reason, right? Whether it's your kids, whether it's your parents, whether it's you, right? A reason for going ahead and taking things to the next level. I got on a call with a lady just the other day and she's just like, Brian, I'm tired. And I'm like, what do you mean? And she's just like, I'm just tired of doing the same thing over and over and over again. Does anybody else feel that way? Has anybody else felt that way? Like you just tired about the same thing over and over and over and over and over again? Right? So for me, I went to college, and after college, I was able to get a job as a server making $360 a week. Not a lot of money, right? So essentially, what I went ahead and did is I was just like, you know what, this isn't going to be enough. If I want to go ahead and be a help instead of a hindrance to my family, I need to go ahead and do more. Somebody type more in the chat for me real quick. Can somebody type more? I want to get to this class, but I promise I have a point here, right? Can somebody put more in the chat for me? I knew that I wanted more. So I started working at a nearby event space in my area, and I saw they're paying $500 to $1,000 a night. I never went to school to do an event space. I never thought about doing an event space, but I'm just like, yo, like this is crazy. Like they're literally paying $500 to $1,000 a night to rent some space. So that's when the light bulb starts going off in my mind. And I'm just like, you know what? I need me some of this. So I saved up all my money an entire year and got my first space. Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, New York. It's still operating to this day. It's owned by another young lady now. And eventually, first 3 months, we ain't make no money. I'm keeping 1,000 with y'all. I'm keeping a stack with y'all. First 3 months, we make no money. But that fourth month, I finally figured out how to utilize organic content, Facebook ads, and everything like that. And we did $15,000 a month. Somebody put 15K in the chat. We did $15,000 in a month. A few months later after that, we were able to do 30K in a month. And then a few years after that, we were able to finally crack $100,000 in a month. And then you know what happened? One day my mom came to me and she's just like, you know what, Brian, I'm tired of working. So imagine the one person that you've seen work all their life, hustle all their life, grind all their life, come to you and say, I'm done. Like at that point, that flipped a switch in me, and I'm just like, you know what? I gotta take this to the next level. Someone put next level in the chat for me. I gotta take this to the next level. And that's when we upped it and started going into $150,000 a month with our event space business. Now, I'm not saying this to brag, I'm not saying this to boast, but I'm saying this to inspire somebody right now because I am not the smartest person in the world. Far from it. I'm not the most talented, absolutely far from it. I'm just a kid from Brooklyn who just never gave up. So I want y'all to understand, and everybody who's ready for the next level, can you just drop next level in the chat for me real quick? Can everybody just drop next level for the if you know that you are ready to get through that glass ceiling, if you are ready to go ahead and be unstuck, just drop next level in the chat for me, right? Is my story resonating with anybody here? Just drop me in the chat. I'm tired of working for others. I want to be the boss. Amen. 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 So, is that okay? Is everybody here for the next level? Quanisha said, "I'm here." All right. Is it okay if I just share with y'all what we got going on next week, y'all? Is that okay? Can I share what we got going on next week? Somebody said yes. Thank you. I appreciate that. So for everybody who's ready to get into the next level, I want to share something with you real quick, right? So next week, we have the 5-day Find, Fund, and Fill bootcamp, right? Where you'll be able to spend 5 days learning with myself and my entire team. All right. If you think this is action packed, if you think this is powerful, you think this is helpful, next week will be absolutely monumental. Where literally for the cost of lunch, you can learn with my entire team, right? 5 days we will spend learning how to find our first space because we'll be finding spaces with you, learn how to fund our first space where my credit specialist will be coming in and walking through credit reports with you guys, and then turn around and fill your first space. So you'll be learning all the ad strategies, learning all the organic content. Would this help anybody? Just drop yes in the chat if this would help anybody. I want to get to the class, but I just want to make sure that some people are ready for the next level, right? Would this help anybody? Next level. I love it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I just want to make sure that I just want to make sure that this would help everybody, right? So literally you are going to spend 5 days live learning one-on-one with my team and myself all next week in this 5-day Find, Fund, and Fill bootcamp. Would this help anybody? Just put yes in the chat for me real quick. I don't want to talk about it if it wouldn't help anybody, right? So this is what I want to do. This is my humble ask, right? This is what I want to do. Shout out Quanisha. She's already in. I love it, right? Quanisha, are you in the Telegram chat? I want to make sure in the Telegram chat, right? So what I want to do is this, right? We literally start next week. Like our kickoff call is on Sunday, right? So this is literally one of the last chances you'll get to join us on this boot camp. So what I want to go ahead and do is this, right? I know we have a lot of people here between Instagram, Zoom, and YouTube, but I want to let 10 more people get in at 50% off. Is that okay? So all you got to do, I'm going to just drop the link in the chat for real quick. And this is only for my people who actually want to do this. If it's not for you, it's totally okay. You know what I'm saying? But all you're going to go ahead and do is use code 50 and go to myvenueprofit.com right here. I just dropped it in the chat. Instagram, don't worry. I'm going to drop it over here for you as well. My phone is going super slow. I apologize, right? But all you got to do is go to myvenueprofit.com and use code 50 and grab your ticket, right? And we will spend 5 days together all next week, right? Yo, Romy's in the room. Let's get it, right? And even if you paid full price, it's still a steal, right? So shout out Romy real quick, right? I saw you in the Telegram, actually. You talked to Tanisha, I remember, right? So all you got to do, go to myvenueprofit.com, use code 50, right? And you'll join this boot camp with us, right? But with that being said, no worries, no worries. So once you get your ticket, just comment "got mine" so I can shout you out and I know you're in, right? Just comment "got mine." And again, we're only gonna do 10 people because I don't want to oversaturate it, right? I appreciate you, Romy. Thank you so much, right? So once you're in, just comment "got mine." And I know there's a couple people here already got the ticket, so I appreciate you, right? But is it okay? Is it okay? So is it okay if I share a framework that's gonna help you guys apply everything that we're gonna be talking about today? Is it okay if I give y'all a 3-step framework that I like to call wake, work, win? That's gonna help take you guys to the next level? Just drop yes in the chat if that's fine with y'all, right? YouTube, is that fine? IG, is that fine? Is it all right if I go through that framework? Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it, right? Micah said yes, I appreciate that. Right? Is it okay? I want to see some yeses in the chat, right? I want to see some yeses, right? And if you're working on getting your ticket, go ahead and just comment "got mine" once you got your ticket so I can shout you out. I know you're in the room, right? We literally start next week. You are going to be learning how to find your first space. My team is going to be finding spaces with you and for you in this 5-day boot camp. You're going to be learning how to go ahead and how we've utilized funding for all our clients to go ahead and access and get their first event space with none of their own money. And then 3, what we're going to go ahead and talk about is how to fill this location, right? Because there's no point in having a property if you don't know how to get bookings, right? There's no point. Where are your spaces? They were all in Brooklyn. We exited 2022 and 2023, Empress, right? So there's no point in having a property if you don't know how to market it. We actually in ESC right now, we actually guarantee 500,000 views for your venue, right? Imagine 500,000 people looking at your venue. So I want to go through those same strategies with y'all on the boot camp. So once you go ahead and get your ticket, I want my own event space. Let's get it, right? Let's get it. So if you are serious and not curious, go ahead and go to myvenueprofit.com. Once you got your ticket, just comment "got mine." All right. Comment "got mine." Instagram, just comment "got mine" so I can shout you out. YouTube, comment "got mine" just so I know that you got your ticket and we are locked in for next week, right? But I want to go ahead and talk about this framework, right? Before we get into this class, I want to make sure that everybody is kind of like a sponge, is ready to absorb this information, right? And it's called wake, work, win. Somebody drop wake in the chat for me. Somebody drop wake in the chat for me, okay? Drop wake in the chat. This is going to be interactive. I'm going to be talking to y'all, okay? I'm going to be talking to y'all, right? I've seen this 1,000 times. Well, I guess you're going to see it 1,001. Right? I guess you're gonna see it 1,001, right? So with this being said, right, I want everybody to comment the word "wake" for me real quick, right? Is it okay if I share a Bible story with everybody tonight? Is it all right if I share a Bible story with y'all, right? So somebody, Kwanisha said yes. I appreciate it, right? So this is the biggest thing, right? A lot of times, unfortunately, what I see is that we all have these grandiose agendas, right? Everybody wants to go ahead and be a millionaire. Everybody wants success. Oh my God, I want an event space. I want this. I want that. I want that. Here's the thing, right? Can I be very, very direct with everybody? I'm not even going to say, can I be honest? Because I don't believe in lying, right? Can I be very, very direct with everybody? A lot of y'all are sleepwalking through life. I'm sorry. I'm going to be very, very direct here. A lot of y'all are sleepwalking through life. Here's the thing, right? Do y'all know Samuel, the story of Samuel hearing God's voice, right? So with that being said, Samuel was just a boy serving under Eli, right? Now, one night while Samuel was sleeping, he heard a name, Samuel, Samuel, Samuel. He heard a name calling out to him, right? So when this happens, he goes to Eli and he's just like, yo, what is this voice that I keep hearing in my head? Who keeps talking to me? Now, Eli knows that it's the voice of God. He goes to Samuel and he says, if he calls again, say, speak, Lord, for your servant is listening, right? This was Samuel's wake up moment. And here's the thing, right? For a lot of y'all, this is your wake up moment too, because a lot of us are like Samuel. We are listening to everybody else talk to us, chirping our ears, but we are ignoring the one voice that's going ahead and we've been praying to. We're mistaking God's voice for background noise, right? But when you finally wake up and you realize, okay, cool, this is the calling that I've been praying for. This is what I've been asking for. This is what I've been reaching for. That is when things start to change for you. Am I right or am I wrong? Y'all let me know in the chat. Am I right or am I wrong? Right? If I'm right, just put right in the chat. If I'm wrong, put wrong in the chat. I want y'all to let me know. Right? How many times have you prayed to the universe for something, whatever you believe in? How many times have you prayed to the universe, and then when there are signs, you ignore all of them? Coach Lane said, right. How many times do we pray for something, and then when it's sitting in our lap, we're like, I don't know if I really, really want it. If you won't pray about it, don't play about it. Am I right or am I wrong? Micah said, I say it all the time. We can't pray about something and then play about it. It doesn't make sense to me. Imagine this is the same thing that you prayed to God for. Like, God, I want another opportunity. I want a better job. I want a bigger house. I want a nicer car. And then when he puts things in front of you to go ahead, Empress, you don't have to announce yourself. I appreciate it though, right? How many times do these things come in front of you and then you ignore it? You say, there'll be other opportunities, there'll be other chances, there'll be other times when I can take advantage of it. And then you realize and you wake up, you're 40 years old, you're 50 years old, you're 60 years old, and then all these opportunities have passed you by. But then you're looking at somebody younger than you, you're looking at somebody maybe not as smart as you or whatever the case may be, but they're in a better position than you. Why? Because they did not ignore the calling that was in front of them. When God knocked, they opened the door. Am I right or am I wrong? Can I be a vessel to somebody? Can I be a vessel to somebody? Barbara said yes. iPhone said yes. iPhone, you're gonna have to change your name. Bible says the hour has already come for you to wake up from your slumber. Is it not time to finally answer the call? Is it not time to finally get into the room? I spoke to a young lady yesterday and she said, Brian, I am tired. How many people feel tired? Just put yes in the chat. How many people feel like enough is enough? How many people feel like, you know what? I've been working at this job for so long. When does it become my time? When do I get my break? When do I get my opportunity? Here's the thing. Here's the fact of the matter. And I'm sorry, but you're not going to like it. You've probably already received it. You've probably already had your blessing. You've probably already had your opportunity. You've probably already had your stance. You've probably already had your chance. But guess what? When God knocked, you did not open the door because you've mistaken call after call after call as background noise. How many people are ready for a change? Just put yes in the chat. Like, when does the pain turn to power? This is your wake-up moment. If this is your wake-up moment, join us for this boot camp. Let us transform together. Let us join and let us rejoice. Let us not let another opportunity pass us by, right? Let us not have another year, another decade pass us by where we are looking back and saying, when is my opportunity to come? If that sounds like you, join us for this 5-day boot camp. Don't let another week pass you by where you're looking at the universe like, oh my God, when is my time? Your time probably passed by now. But you've let bus after bus after bus pass you, just expecting another one to come. Well, guess what? There's a certain time where those bus drivers, they clock out for the night. And then you just miss all your opportunities. You picking up what I'm putting down? Can I be very, very frank with everybody tonight? Can I be very, very direct with everybody tonight? This is your wake-up call. This is your wake-up moment. When you finally wake up and you say, speak, Lord, I'm listening, that's when everything changes, right? Am I speaking to somebody right now? Just put yes or no in the chat. Am I speaking to somebody right now? Right? I just want to make sure I'm speaking to somebody right now. I just want to make sure that I can be a vessel to somebody right now, right? So if this sounds like you, if I'm talking to you right now, I wish I could look at each one of y'all and I wish I could look at everybody in the face, right? If this sounds like you, join us for this boot camp, right? Here's a powerful thing that I've learned, right? And I just dropped the link for y'all, right? And once you get your ticket, just come and got mine, right? Here's a powerful thing I've learned. You can tell how serious somebody is about their goals by looking at two things. look at their calendar, look at their bank account. Their calendar shows how much time they've invested into their goals. Their bank account shows how much money they've invested into it. So I want to ask everybody this, right? If your family looked at your bank account and your calendar in 2025, would they believe that you are serious about your goals? Yes or no? This is a hard question, I know. But would they believe that you are serious about your goals? Yes or no? Okay, I feel a few people saying yes. I see a few people saying no. Okay. And I mean really serious, not just like, oh, well, I'm kind of serious. I mean really serious. Would they believe that you are serious about your goals? If you said no, or even if you slightly think no, this is the opportunity to change that. This is the opportunity to fix that. This is the opportunity to go to the next level, right? Because here's the thing, right? Some of y'all aren't lazy. You're just living life on autopilot. You're living in that simulation where it's like, you know what? I'm just going to wait for another opportunity to come. And then when that next opportunity finally does not come, what happens then? If you know that this is your wake up moment, join us on this boot camp. Join us in this boot camp. Let that week, and I promise you, you will experience a week of transformation. You will probably accomplish more in 5 days than the last 5 weeks of 2025. I've seen it. I have seen it. You will probably accomplish more in 5 days. You will accomplish more in 5 days than in the last 5 weeks, right? If that sounds like you, join us in this boot camp. Join us in this boot camp where we'll be learning. I'm in school too. I love it, right? You'll be learning 1, how to find your first space, 2, how to fund your first space, and 3, how to fill your first space. So we can go ahead and take things to the next level, right? Sandra said, join. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it, right? So are y'all, can I get to the, can I go to the next part? The next part is work. Right? Somebody put work in the chat for me, right? And here's the part that really gets people messed up, right? And I want to get to this class, so I want to go ahead and get through this, right? Here's the second part of this. Y'all, if y'all ready for that second part, just put ready in the chat for me real quick, right? Just put ready in the chat for me real quick, right? Here's the thing, right? The universe does not bless potential, it blesses action. And you know how I know this for sure? How many times do you see on Instagram, you see on YouTube, you see on TikTok, all these people, and there's probably a few of y'all here, right? There's probably a few of y'all here, right? Where, oh my God, manifest, if you're manifesting that you're going to get $100,000 this year, put yes in the chat, right? Cool, everybody comments that, right? But when it's time to put in the work, it's crickets, right? It's cricket. What does that tell you? That tells you that there's a lot more people who are thinking about it. Are we live? Yes, Miss Jennifer, we are. Yes, Miss Jennifer, we are. Right? That tells you that there's a lot more people who talk about it than be about it. There's a lot more people who talk about it than be about it. For everybody who just recently joined, it is 7:24 p.m. in the East Coast. It is 100% live, right? There's a lot more people that talk about it than be about it, right? The book of Genesis. Is it right if I can talk about another Bible story with y'all? Right? Book of Genesis, when Noah built the ark, God told Noah to build an ark because a flood was coming. Now, at this point, had anybody seen a flood like this coming? Yes or no? Had anybody seen a flood like this coming? Yes or no? No, right? So at that time, nobody really believed it. Everybody thought that he was crazy. But what did Noah do? Did Noah sit back and hesitate? Did Noah stall? Did Noah not believe? No. He spent time cutting wood. He spent time hammering. He spent time building. He spent time preparing. Jennifer, I'll see you then. Let's get it. Let's go. Right? He didn't stall. Because he worked, his family was saved. He was able to move forward. He was able to get it done. So while other people perished, while other people didn't believe, he did. Now, what does this prove to us, right? Aisha said, I joined. Let's see you Sunday. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. And for everybody who just recently joined, make sure you join us in the Telegram chat. All communication will there, and my team's already there to go ahead and make sure they welcome you, right? What does this prove, right? What does this prove? Noah proves that God does not bless potential. He blesses action. Can everybody put action in the chat for me real quick? Action Jackson. Can everybody put action in the chat for me real quick? Right? If he just believed, if he just thought about it, nothing would have happened. But because he moved, he was saved. Can I get an amen real quick? One of my favorite quotes from the Bible, Proverbs, all hard work brings a profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty. Can I get an amen? All hard work brings a profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty. Mere talk leads only to poverty? Wait, so Brian, you're telling me that if I just talk about it, I am impoverished? That's exactly what I'm talking about. But here's the thing, right? So many people don't want to believe it. So many people don't want to hear it. So many people don't want to see it, but it is the reality. Look at the correlation of all your friends, all your family who just talk about it. Every time you talk to them, it's always like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm thinking about this. You've been thinking for the last 15 years, cousin. When are you gonna actually pick up and do something? Huh? Right? Every single successful person you see, do they talk about it or do they be about it? Every single person with a lot of money that you see, do they talk about it or do they be about it? Every single person that you see that is at the level that you aspire to be, do they talk about it or do they be about it? Put it in the chat for me real quick. You can't just want it. You got to actually work for it, right? It is not just about speaking about it. Anybody can speak about it. That's why they say talk is cheap. Ooh. 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 Can I get an amen? You cannot just want it. You have got to work for it. That is where the shift starts. Anybody can talk about it, y'all. All the information that I'm going to give you in this class today, it ain't going to do nothing sitting in your notebook. It ain't going to do nothing sitting in your notebook. It ain't going to do nothing just sitting at your lips. You have actually got to put it into place. You have got to actually work. This is why the third step of this is to win. But before I go into that step, I just want to remind y'all one more time. This is why the boot camp is so important, because we are going to work in this boot camp. That's why it's called a boot camp. When you see a boot camp in the Army, what do? They go to work. Somebody put work in the chat for me. They go to work. When people go to Army and they go through boot camp, they go through training, they go to work. When have you ever seen somebody in the Army sitting on the side? When have you ever seen somebody in the Army going ahead and just thinking about it? No. You getting recruited, you are going to work. That's why this is called a boot camp, because for those 5 days, really 6, we are going to work. Was it God that didn't even rest until the 7th day? He was working. So why would we be above that? You talking, you saying all these things, all these grandiose things that you want to do. Oh, I want my space. Oh, I want this money. Oh, I want these things. I want to retire my family. Where's the work? This is your opportunity to go to work. This is your opportunity to get into the room, to go ahead and put the feet to the pavement. Am I right or am I wrong, y'all? Am I right or am I wrong? So with that being said, join us for this boot camp. Join us for this boot camp, right? Where you will spend 5 days with us and we will put you to work. We'll show you exactly what to go ahead and work on, right? Join us for this 5-day boot camp where we'll be spending 5 days finding spaces, getting funding, right? Going ahead and filling locations, right? I've had people go ahead and find their location right there on the boot camp live, speaking to brokers live, getting funding live. So with that being said, join us for this 5-day boot camp. Once you get your ticket, comment "got mine," right? I just dropped the link again. So this leads me to my third step, right? Win. Somebody put win in the chat, right? The reward comes after obedience. Here's the thing, right? And this is a quote that I love, right? Can I share this quote with y'all? Just drop yes or no in the chat. Can I share this quote with y'all? This is a quote that I love, right? Delayed obedience is just another word for disobedience. Delayed obedience is just another word for disobedience. You prayed for a better opportunity. You prayed for more money. If you prayed for a blueprint and the blueprint comes on your lap, why are you not walking through that blueprint? Why are you not walking through the plan? Bible says run in such a way as to get the prize. But you walking, you skipping, you taking your time to get there. That's not the way this works, right? We've been coasting all this time. Like I said, if your family looked at your calendar and looked at your bank account, would they believe that you were serious about your goals, right? David and Goliath, why were the Israel soldiers terrified of Goliath, but David, just a shepherd boy with just a sling and a stone, he stood up. What was the difference? Courage. That's it. That's it. Was David the strongest? Yes or no? Was David the most trained? Yes or no? Right? This is interactive. I want to hear from y'all. Right? Was he the strongest? Was he the most trained? Yes or no? Right? No, he wasn't. But he stepped forward when others froze. He stepped forward when others froze. When all the Israel soldiers were like, nah, I don't want a piece of this guy, he stood tall. Now, here's the thing, right? Your giant may not be 9 feet tall. Your giant may not be this huge, grandiose figure or whatever the case may be, but it comes in different forms, right? Our giants could be debt, could be fear, procrastination, lack of support, whatever the case may be, self-doubt, right? The win doesn't come from perfection. It comes from standing up when you don't have all the pieces, right? How many people said, hey, look, listen, I'm going to start when I just know this. I'm gonna start when I have all these pieces in line, right? I was speaking to a young lady just the other day, and she just said, you know what? I want to wait until my kids get older. Okay, cool. That's fine. That's fine, right? What are you gonna do then, right? What are you gonna do then? Oh, I'm gonna start when the kids get married, right? And then the goalpost just always constantly just keeps moving, right? Bible says run in such a way as to get the prize, right? I don't want to have to wait, right? The win doesn't come from waiting. The win comes from starting now. Somebody put now in the chat for me real quick. Somebody put now in the chat for me. This is why the boot camp is so important, because we're going through these things now. We're getting these things done now. We are starting now. Come next week, again, like I was saying, come next week, come spend 5 days with us, right? For literally the cost of a meal. So literally it's $97. Once you use the 50% off, it comes down to $48.50 for a VIP ticket. You'll have access to one-on-one coaching throughout the entire week, right? Cynthia said, it's my time. I love it, right? You'll have access to one-on-one coaching throughout the week. You'll be able to ask myself and my team questions live, one-on-one, right? You'll be able to spend 5 days with us learning how to find, fund, and fill your very first event space, right? And then at that point, the rest is on you. That's the system, right? At that point, once you spent 5 days with us, now you have everything you need to go ahead and get this thing started, right? So with that being said, go ahead and go to myvenueprofit.com, use code 50, and let's get started, right? So if you guys have any questions, drop your questions in the chat. I want to answer everybody's questions, right? I want to answer everybody's questions. Everybody's questions on funding, everybody's questions on spaces, everybody's questions like that. Just drop your questions in the chat. I want to make this as interactive as possible. I have like some stuff prepared and whatnot, but I want to make sure I answer everybody's questions, right? Because my thing might not. I just bought my ticket. Micah said I just bought my ticket. Let's go. Shout out Micah. Join the Telegram chat. If you just got your ticket, go ahead and join the Telegram chat so you can have all the communication, right? We start on Sunday. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And here's the thing, right? a lot. How many people? Can I ask a question, right? And if you have questions, drop your questions in the chat. I want to answer everybody's questions, right? Here's the thing, right? How many people here can go in their phone right now and call their friends? I promise I have a point with this, right? Can call their friends and ask for $10,000. Put yes if you can and no if you can. My expressions. No, you don't. We have a credit coach who's going to be talking about credit, so you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about that. Everybody said no so far, right? Every single person so far said no. You would not be able to call somebody for $10,000. What does that tell you about your environment? It starts at 7 o'clock every night, but it's all going to be recorded, so you're fine, right? One person was able to call their circle and ask for $10,000, right? What does that say about your circle? What does that say your environment, right? You are the average of the 5 closest people around you, but you can't even call for a $10,000. What does that say? That means we need to get a better circle. Somebody drop audit my circle in the chat. Somebody put audit my circle in the chat. If we can't even go to the people closest to us and ask for $10,000, what does that say about it? How many people would like to go ahead and call their circle for $10,000? Shoot, how many people here would like to be the person that you can ask for $10,000? Right? Right? KTLS, just write stop. It literally says it in the text message. Right? So with that being said, you can either one, be the person who can lend the $10,000, or be in a circle where you can find people who can lend you $10,000, right? But it starts with environment. Every single person who's in this boot camp, there's hundreds of people who are working on becoming that person, right? But it starts with getting in around that environment, right? If right now you cannot go ahead and call 5 people to lend you $10,000, then guess what? You need to change your environment. Somebody put environment in the chat. If you cannot do that, you need to go ahead and audit your circle. You need to change your environment, right? Because as of right now, it's not doing anything for you. You are the average of the 5 closest people to you. So isn't it time to go ahead and be around a better group of people, right? So join the boot camp. In the boot camp, these are all people who are working on becoming better. These are all people who are working on getting to the next level. These are all people, I did not know we can go live on Instagram. These are all people who are wanting to get to the next level. So if that sounds like you, it sounds like you want to be around a better environment, join us for the boot camp. Join us for this boot camp. Uplift your circle, right? Well, the boot camp is literally next week. So Gia just asked a great question. When is the boot camp? The boot camp is literally next week. Judy, I see your question. I'm gonna jump onto that, right? The boot camp is literally next week, right? The boot camp officially starts on Monday, but our kickoff call is on Sunday. So once you grab your ticket, again, tickets are only $97, but with code 50, you get 50% off, right? I think we have 6 more tickets at the 50% off, right? Once you get your ticket, you'll be invited into the Telegram chat. With the Telegram chat, all the communication is there. All the recordings are going to be in there. Everything's going to be in there. So grab your ticket, right? If you guys have questions, drop your questions. I was going to go into the class, but I think I want to make it a little bit more interactive. So drop your questions. If you have questions about finding the space, filling the space, drop your questions in the chat, right? Starting with Judy, right? What do you think getting event space who wants to sell their business take over the business? So if I understand the question correctly, right? What do I think about buying the business from somebody else? Do not buy the business unless you actually have a plan. Do not buy the bit. So here's the thing, right? I've personally sold event space locations. I've helped people sell and buy event space locations, right? How does that work, right? Well, here's the thing, right? There's a couple things that you want to audit before you go ahead and do that. One, is that business in good standing, right? First and foremost, do not do that if you do not have a lawyer, right? Make sure that business is in good standing. They don't owe taxes, they don't owe people money, they don't have liens, anything like that, right? Make sure they fully understand make sure that their business is in good standing, right? And I'm looking over here because the comment was on YouTube and YouTube's over here, right? So you want to go ahead and make sure that one, that business is in good standing. 2, are there asset deliverables that actually make sense to buy the business, right? We were able to sell our locations because we had assets. We had Instagrams, we had data lists, we had all these different things, right? So with that being said, if it doesn't have any deliverables, then you're better off just starting on your own. So those are the two biggest things that I would say, right? Cool. Right? What are the hours for the class? So we start at 7 p.m. EST. If for some reason, I would 100% recommend you, of course, be there live. But if you can't be there live, they're all going to be recorded, so you'll have access to the recordings. Drop your questions. Drop your questions. If you've got questions, drop your questions. Let's get it. Let's get it. You got questions? Drop your questions. No problem, Judy. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. Yep, this boot camp is going to be crazy. How are we going to secure 10K a month, or is this just an example of an amount that could be made? Yeah, so the average client actually does about 12 to $18,000 a month. We say 10,000 because it's a nice round number, but the average client actually does about 12 to $18,000 a month within their first 90 days. But it's typically a combination. So there's a ton of ways to generate traffic, right? You can use they have third-party websites like Peerspace, Wedding Wire, The Knot, things of that nature, whatever the case may be. We like to focus on organic content and paid ads because those you own your own data, right? Somebody put data in the chat, right? You own your own data. So with that being said, right, we want to make sure that we own our data so that we can retarget and we can remarket to these people. So we like to do a combination of Facebook ads, which are running directly to the book a tour. Gia, I just dropped it in the chat for you. I just dropped it in the chat for you. It's myvenueprofit.com, right? So we like to use a combination of Facebook ads and organic content, right? In Event Space Elites, we actually have a content offer where we actually guarantee 500,000 views for your business, right? So you would actually be able to go ahead and get 500,000 eyeballs on your event space business that will then convert over into booked tours and then obviously bookings, right? So that's why these things are so important. We're going to be talking a lot about that on the bootcamp, how we do that. So you'll see it as well, right? My guy Kevin Lamont, let's get it, let's go. G, of course. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. Boom, boom, boom. Once you guys got your ticket, comment got my ticket. Let's get it, let's go. What can we expect to walk away from the boot camp ready to do next? That's a great question. Absolutely. Right. So day one, we're going to be talking about finding the space. So we're going to be going through all the different parameters and filters and whatnot that we talk about when it comes down to finding the right location. Day two, we're going to be talking about funding and credit, right? So if you have bad credit, this is perfect for you. We're going to be breaking down the credit pie, the credit report, so you can see exactly what we're going to go ahead and do and fix so you can get up to that 680, 700 credit score. And then if you do obviously have the 680 or 700 credit score, we're going to be walking through exactly what you do to leverage a funding sequence. Now, a funding sequence is essentially what you're going to be doing, the order of the banks and the cards to go ahead and leverage so you can go ahead and get funding, right? So that typically looks like, okay, cool, I have a Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion Bank, such as like a DCU for Equifax, Navy Federal for TransUnion, and Chase for Experian. And then I'm going to go ahead and apply it in a certain order. I'm going to put certain, what are the words, data points on the application so I can go ahead and access funding. That's typically how we get our clients about $50,000 to $100,000 in funding to go ahead to go ahead and start their location, right? And then obviously, but once you do get say for example, you get $50,000, what we like to do is we like to split that down the middle, right? So I'll definitely write this down, y'all. So $25,000 would go into moving costs, and then $25,000 would go into build up costs and furniture. And that's how you go ahead and secure your location, right? But a lot of people overspend. A lot of people overspend on build out, which is one of the biggest things that people get wrong, right? But great question, absolutely. So drop you guys questions. And of course, grab your ticket to the boot camp. Get your ticket to the boot camp. Right. Let's go. And once you get your ticket, just comment, got mine, so I can shout you out. I want to answer some more questions though. So if you guys got questions, how many people have a 700 credit score? Like, how many people are below 700? If you're below 700, put below 700. If you're above 700, put above 700. Mike, I have a lead not in contract yet on leasing a space to rent. Should I start on other areas of the business like creating the rental agreement, etc., while waiting on inspections to be completed? It's not a bad idea. Me personally, I would go ahead and look at other locations, right? Because that deal might fall through. And it's one of the biggest things that waste people's time where they go ahead and they put all their eggs in one basket, right? Where they're looking at this one particular space and they're just like, yes, it's going to go through, whatever the case may be. And then it doesn't. And they just sat there and waited 2, 3, 4 weeks or whatever the case may be, right? So if you're still in a deal, sorry, if you still have a deal pending, I would go ahead and start looking at other deals just in case, right? Seeing 760, below 700, below 700, 700 and above, below 700. Okay, cool. Cool. So we have a nice mix, right? So on the actual boot camp, we're going to be talking about both, right? So for everybody who's below 700, my credit specialist is going to be coming in, breaking down the entire credit pie, breaking down funding sequences. And then for everybody who's above 700, you can utilize those funding sequences. So go ahead and access funding, right? We've actually funded about $15 million in personal and business funding. So that could definitely help. Do you have to use your own credit to fund your event space? Can't you just use it under your business name? I hope that makes sense. Yep, makes perfect sense, right? So here's the thing, right? You can start a brand new, and if I'm talking too fast, somebody please tell me, Brian, slow down, right? So here's the thing, right? You can absolutely 100% go ahead and start getting funding immediately, right? With a good credit score or with an LLC. But here's the thing, right? If you have a brand new LLC, the bank is going to see that and they're not going to look at you as fundable. All right. So what they're going to do is they're going to ask for something called a personal guarantee, which is essentially you're adding your social security number. And if God forbid that business defaults, you are going to be liable. Now, a lot of people say, oh my God, but it's a business, so I'm not liable. I can default. That's not exactly how it works, right? Will it knock your credit right away? Absolutely not. But if you go ahead and start missing payments and start messing up, it will 100% knock your credit, right? Which is why it's called a personal guarantee. Now, are there certain lending institutions that don't ask for personal guarantees? Absolutely, 100%. But here's the thing, right? Typically, you need to have 2 years tax returns or worst come to worst, 3 months bank statements for that to even be a viable option, okay? How long is the 50% off? It's right now. We got 6 tickets left. I might be a hard case for your team. I've never been above 700. Everybody can be above 700. It's just a matter of peeling back your credit report and seeing what's on it. Everybody could get 700. 100%. Okay, I just feel that it will take me a while to build my credit score. And that might be true. That may or may not be true. It's all about understanding your credit report first, which is what we're going to talk about on day 2 on the boot camp, right? So, and I don't want to wait. So here's the thing, right? If you don't have which is why I tell, even if you have bad credit, definitely join the boot camp, right? Because here's the thing, right? The sooner you understand, the sooner you fix, right? The sooner you understand, the sooner you fix. So with that being said, right, the minute I understand what's harming my credit report, which might be, payment history, utilization, things of that nature, we can now go ahead and fix it. Right? So if you have payment history like derogatories, collections, charge-offs, late payments, things of that nature, there are credit repair companies that can go ahead and knock those things off in 30 to 60 days. Boom, now you're in the game. Utilization, obviously a little bit tougher because it's owing people money, but it's simple to fix when you understand the regimen, right? So if I understand how to utilize trade lines, authorize users, reporting dates, things of that nature, I can get around my utilization, right? It's all about understanding. I have great credit but no savings to invest. Yeah, so if you have great credit, and a strong credit profile, you can 100% get funding. So are you in the boot camp? If you're not in the boot camp, join the boot camp because day 2 we're going to be talking all about that. Do it have to be business bank statements or personal bank statements? So if you want it to be truly business credit, it would be business bank statements, right? But here's the thing, right? You guys don't have to work like if you I previously bought some tickets and never was sent any links to attend the classes. So we email and text everybody who purchased a ticket. But serving the tea with honey, DM me, I'll get you into this boot camp. So DM me, just send me your receipt, I'll get you into this boot camp. So yeah, sorry, I lost my train of thought. So yeah, everybody's always afraid of personal guarantees, right? But a personal guarantee isn't really a problem. Because here's the thing, right? If I'm using the bank's money to start this business, once I have the business, I have cash flow. Once I have cash flow, I can go ahead and pay it off. Like for example, right? I had a client they were just like, yeah, should we take out this credit card to go ahead and invest into more things? And I'm like, why? You have cash flow now. So with that being said, use the cash flow to pay for the new items to pay and reinvest into this business. That's it. All right. I've been an ESC member since the top of the year. I started my LLC, but I ran into a wall with the credit funding. Looking forward most of the credit here. Let's get it. We'll be attending boot camp. I have my ticket. I love it. Let's get it. Let's get it. If you're a member of ESC, did you have your one-on-one with Dre? If you had your one-on-one with Dre, what did he say? I'm curious. I did some big write-off, so my buying power might only be good for like 180. $180,000 is a lot of money. You don't even need a quarter of that to go ahead and start your event-based business. How long should my LLC be live before I begin to build the business credit and open the bank account? So if you have your LLC today and your EIN today, you can go ahead and open it. Once you have your EIN, you can go ahead and open up a business bank account. Cool. Let's take a couple more questions, y'all. These are really, really good questions, right? Let me drop the link for the boot camp one more time. Should I collaborate with an owner venue that has all production equipment in-house, or is it best to find my own? If it's your venue, you should have your own equipment, right? If you have like some type of co-owner thing with another venue, but I don't like those. I've never really seen good situations come from those, so I wouldn't really do that. Cool. Let's get it. Let's go. Cool. Good question. Is it best to buy the event space or rent it? Starting out renting, 100%. Starting out renting. How soon are you able to open up an event space? You can open up an event space tomorrow. If you find the right location, everything like that, you can open up tomorrow. Haven't spoken to him in a while, but when I did originally, he walked me through the roadmap. So I think you're referring to Tanisha. Tanisha walks you through the roadmap. Dre doesn't do walk through the roadmap. He walks through your credit report, right? But he has calls every Monday and Thursday. When's the last time you spoke to him? Do you have one-on-one mentorship with you? You can get one-on-one mentorship with me all next week for literally $48.50 just in the boot camp. Um, how do you feel about renting out an office space as an event space? You can't do that. If it's an office space, they wouldn't allow you to use it as an event space. So you need either manufacturing, industrial, flex, or some type of restaurant creative space for it to work out as an event space. But we literally do that for you in the boot camp for sure. Ba, 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 ba. Let's take one more question. Let's get one more question. And if you got your ticket, comment, got my ticket, guys. We literally start on Sunday. Once you join the Telegram, you'll see that invite to the kickoff call. On that kickoff call, we'll be kicking things off for the week. So definitely make sure you are in the Telegram chat. You're going to get an automatic text message and all that stuff. So make sure you are in that Telegram chat. I've been waiting for almost a month for the landlord to approve my LOI. That's a big mistake. How long should I wait to hear back from my broker? So you shouldn't wait at all. You should not wait at all. And that's a great point, right? And this is exactly what I was telling the other, I believe, gentleman, is that while you're like, you should have multiple LOIs out. You should 100% have multiple LOIs out. I don't wait a week for somebody to go ahead and get back to me for an LOI. I don't even wait a week, right? So with that being said, like you have to go ahead and start looking at other locations. 100%. Right? Y'all, let's get it. Let's go. Our boot camp literally kicks off in just a couple days. I'm super excited about it. I cannot wait to build with everybody. I really hope this was helpful. I hope I was able to answer everybody's questions. Like I said, I know we were going to do the class and whatnot, but I figured this would just be a little bit more interactive. So I just wanted to go ahead and do Q&A because I might not cover something in the class. So I figured I'd just jump straight into Q&A. But with that being said, if you got your ticket, join the Telegram chat immediately. All the information, all the communication is going to be in there. We also have a couple giveaways in there as well, which are really, really cool. And then if you didn't get your ticket to the boot camp, why are you being weird? Let's get it. Let's go, y'all. But super excited. I hope I was able to add value and everything like that. Pardon me, I meant Zion. Oh, you meant Zion. So I don't think so. And did attend some Zoom meetings with Dre about the credit repair. Gotcha. Okay. So I mean, so you should have shoot me a DM because I want to make sure that you're taken care of, right, Keyshawn? Shoot me a DM. I want to make sure that you're good. But y'all, I really hope this was